What would you say, how do you feel about marching, and do you feel that the turnout was a little bit under-expected? Did you expect this turnout?
I didn't know what to expect in terms of numbers. And actually, I'm okay with the folk that showed up. They showed commitment to the purpose. Those that, well, obviously some couldn't come because they're working. And according to the union, particularly the government workers, they cannot come here until it's their lunch hour. There's another group coming at 12 o'clock. So perhaps they're waiting for that. I don't have an issue with the fact that some people didn't show up. The point of this was to get the message across. You have too many Bermudians sitting on the side right now. As he said, unemployed, can't find work. And then when you see expat workers, or as I call them, visiting workforce, here doing minuscule jobs like out at Gorms, washing windows, I'm sure you can find a Bermudian to wash the windows. You know, I think it all is based along one line, that whatever job it is, no matter how menial or whatever, it has to be providing a rewarding interest where people can still sustain themselves. You don't want to take a job where it's only paying you $200 or $400 a week, because as a Bermudian who's either paying rent or paying mortgage or just got to sustain your family, that's not going to help. So what eventually happens in situations like that is the Bermudian says, you know what, I can't do this, and they walk away from the job. So then they have the issue that, oh, Bermudians don't want to work, Bermudians are lazy, Bermudians are this and that. Well, it's not necessarily so if the reward is correct. You know, if they were paying you $5 an hour, you probably wouldn't do the job you're doing. Exactly. And that's the reality. We have to make sure that Bermudians not only have first option, but the job has quality reward. You know, you can, go ahead.
Do you feel that you've successfully delivered that message here today?
I want to believe that. I know that the Premier and Minister Fay heard me, and they heard him. I want us, I hope we as a people start listening to ourselves. You can't have a constant hue and cry and complaining out there. Then when it's time to create and do something, you don't show up. You have to show up.
Were you satisfied with government's response?
Well, this is part one. Part two is having that conversation with him.
And are you looking forward to that?
Indeed, absolutely. I mean, the fact that I have his ear, that's a good thing. Some people just ignore you because they say, you know, it's just a little person, just a citizen, doesn't carry no weight. But the fact that I now have his ear, I have Mr. Fay's ear, yeah, I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Do you think that shows some transparency on government's behalf, ready to address the issues that you've raised?
They said they're working on them. I will get confirmation when we have that meeting.
Do you believe that?
That
they're working on it?
I have to be optimistic. That's the most important thing. I have to, because if I start feeling otherwise, then I'm going to think, please, it's just a lot of hot air. And I don't think a new government is going to intentionally have a whole lot of hot air. Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Holdipp. You met the minister. So you had the ministers there.
Yes.
So what would force you to come to the street tomorrow?
To make a point. This is about making a point.
And what's the point?
Action. You must follow up your wording with action. If you're gonna, all right, let's say I'm gonna build a house. If I just say it and don't do nothing, I don't make no progress. If I say it and then I go get some block and some cement, then I make progress. Yes.
But surely the issues that you're fighting for have been in existence for the past 14 years.
I'm not interested in yesterday. I'm focusing on today and tomorrow.
Now your whole outfit, uniform, speaks to history. So how is it you're not concerned about history?
I'm gonna try and say it to you again so you understand. I'm not concerned about yesterday. The water that's under the bridge is under the bridge. If we keep looking back at yesterday, we can't move forward. And if we do, we're gonna stumble. So I'm not about that.
Mr. Holdipp, it's a new day, it's a new time. If we were to come together, sit around the table, fight for job for Bermuda, that's what the OBA is all about.
Okay, so your point is?
Just so you're protesting against people that are working.
I know, but I understand it. I understand it. That's Rodney Smith, I understand. Okay, so I'm sorry. So we're all about trying to...
People that are working for you.
I'm protesting for our people. I'm protesting for our people, that we have opportunity. I'm protesting for our people, not against people, but for our people.
On a more serious note, 14 years overspending.
Excuse me. No, go ahead.
14 years of overspending and everything else, but it didn't push you to the street.
Okay, Rodney, I'm gonna try and say it again. I'm not looking back at yesterday. Yesterday is over. We've all been asleep since. As a matter of fact, you keep speaking about the 14 years, but if I remember correctly, in that 14 years, you ran for that government. You ran for that sitting government, didn't you? Okay, so when you were actively involved with the former government, did you go in there and fight for everything that you're talking about now?
Every step of the way. Every step of the way.
So why didn't you march then? If you felt the way you feel, why didn't you march then?
John.
Why didn't you? I'm just asking a question. Same way you asked a question, I'm asking you. Why didn't you march then? You, Rodney Smith.
I protested, and then there was no longer listening there.
I'm listening. We're all listening. I guess that's the answer, folks. Thank you, Brother Smith.
Now you're going.
Well, no, I asked a question.
Look, okay, I resigned from the PLP because I couldn't stay with them and continue to protest within them because they were not listening. Okay? Okay, now you have a government that the people of Bermuda have supported. Okay? So 2 months in, we're still dealing with the residual effects of the PLP. So you met Mr. Faye. He has your ear. Support the government, support the issues. We're working to get jobs for Bermuda. Okay? Calling people to come to the street against the government. It's not the way to do it.
Well, you have your way, I have mine. In fact, the people have theirs. So it's okay. You have your way, I have mine. You're welcome to yours, my brother.
There you go. That's it. You're absolutely